Hello everyone, this is Dominic with Valexin Gaming, welcoming you to the first episode of Final Fantasy XV. More like an intro because the beginning cutscenes take a while. Few points to cover before I start this. I have beaten this game before. I beat it, I want to say 5 or 6 days after launch, after release, back in December, I think it was, of last year? Late November, whenever the game came out. I rushed through it not on purpose, but as quickly as possible. I beat it so fast. I don't remember almost anything about it. This is not going to be a walkthrough. I'll be posting separate videos of, aside from the episodes, on how to get certain weapons, certain items, after researching how to get them as to not waste on-screen time and bore you to death. The main episodes of the series will be just basically moving through the plot and doing some side hunts, collecting apparent items, things of that nature. Like I said, I remember nothing about... I remember liking the plot, being disgusted with the delivery. I remember being highly disappointed with the last, half of the chapters, I think it was, because it took pretty much 3-4 hours to get through the last however many chapters of the game, when it took me somewhere around 50 hours to get through the first half of the game, which made me think that they rushed it. But all in all, I love the combat system, and there's been a lot of updates. I'm going to get all the DLCs for this playthrough with all the episodes, Ignis, or Episode Prompto, Episode Gladiolus. They have been doing updates and events and things of that nature for the game, so kudos to Square Enix for keeping up with a basically single-player game and giving it more and more content. That I really like. But anyways, let's get started, and we'll see how this goes. The tutorial offers interactive explanations about the story and combat system. No, I know how to play. Kind of. One of the things is, my play through this game, I got to level 99. I used the whole infinite... well, no, it was the use a spell, gain experience magic thing. Got to level 99. I literally did not touch the Elemancy tree in the Ascension trees. Nor did I touch the wait tree, because I played the game in active mode instead of wait mode. But I read, pretty much after I beat the game, because realistically, under the circumstances, every Final Fantasy before this one, active mode was for the real Final Fantasy players, and wait mode was for the pussies. I never liked to play on wait mode, because it made me feel like I cheated when I beat a boss, because I could spend 13 minutes looking for a move I wanted to use. But in this game, it seems to be way more dynamic, and I didn't know this until I beat the game, where wait mode is only when you stand still, and you can choose what you want to do, but you don't have to play in wait mode, because if you keep moving around, it's fine. But anyways. Our hero and Ifrit. I can't run. I don't know if you're supposed to... Oh, yeah, you can.
Hang in there, buddy! Stay down! We'll keep him busy!
Pronto Argentum.
Noct, over here! Quickly, before he strikes again! Here comes! I got your back! Here you go. Let's go!
We could see that Noctis was older there. I have seen the movie Kingsglaive multiple times. I really, really like it. That was another thing that disappointed me about the game, actually, was the movie was fucking amazing to me. It was epic as fuck. It was really awesome seeing what happened to Insomnia. And Nyx was a badass main character. But then the game happens, right? You play the game, and there's... I won't talk over this.
Set forth with my blessing, Prince Noctis.
And this isn't Sean Bean. This was Sean Bean, voice actor in the movie.
Your Majesty.
Take your leave and go in the grace of the gods.
Right.
Gladio has some wicked tats, though. The universe of this game is interesting. There are kingdoms, so it is a feudal system.
Well, Princes will be princes.
but it's also
So much for royal protocol.
modern days
Not
with
like you had to
vehicles,
deliver a
roads,
formal address.
infrastructures, capitalism. It's very weird.
What now?
I fear I have left too much unsaid. You place a great burden on those who would bear with you.
You're one to talk.
I ask not that you guide my wayward son, merely that you remain at his side.
Indeed, Your Grace.
We'll see the prince to Altissia if it's the last thing we see.
Yeah, what he said. Hate to break this up, but Kor's got the motor running. Drados, he's in your hands.
And another thing. Do mind your manners around your charming bride-to-be.
Your Majesty as well. Try to mind yours around our esteemed guests from Niflheim.
You have no cause for concern.
Nor do you.
Take heed. Once you set forth, you cannot turn back.
You think I would?
I need only know that you are ready to leave home behind.
Don't know about you, but I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Take care on the long road. Wheresoever you should go, the line of Lucis goes with you. Walk tall, my son.
So if you had watched the movie, you would know that he's actually sending Noctis away because he suspects that Niflheim is going to try to fuck him over with the peace treaty talks that actually happen after Noctis leaves, which she's right about. And it's painfully obvious in that scene that father to son, he's trying to reach out to him to tell him that he loves him without saying that he loves him, because this might be the last time he ever sees him. The whole behind-the-scenes bit. Prince Noctis Lucis Caelum sets forth from his homeland with his three-man retinue in tow, his destination, Altissia, capital of Accordo, where he will formalize the union of states through his marriage to Lady Lunafreya of the imperial province of Tenebrae. So, a lot of information here, and it's purposely ambiguous. King Regis, with any feudal hierarchy or any system like this, we know from history that the only reason you marry off your prince to a princess or your daughter to somebody is to make, is to make a treaty between your nations, to combine your militaries, to initiate trade, that sort of thing. So clearly King Regis wants a treaty or a peace treaty with somebody. But what's interesting is he's sending Noctis away without a royal guard, just a bunch, like a ragtag team of dudes, his buddies, which is odd. But also to formalize the union with Noctis and Lunafreya in another state, another country, if you will, of Accordo. As if to say that Accordo is under the control of the... It's like Accordo is under the control of the enemy, of the people he wants to be allies with. It's really weird that this would happen. This isn't normally how things are done. You would send an emissary first, right? Then the emissary would make contact with the king of the other nation. They would initiate the process, give the negotiations, give the stipulations, then they would meet, and then it'll be a whole deal. The entirety of the plot of this game, for the first half of it, revolves around Noctis trying to find his way to Lunafreya to secure the marriage. But it becomes readily apparent, super fucking fast, if you've seen the movie, that the whole thing is null and void after the events of Kingsglaive, which is the fall of Insomnia at the hands of the Imperium, or whatever the fuck the nation's called, Niflheim. And Lady Lunafreya, you find out, has been a ward of Niflheim for however long, or Tenebrae. This chapter 1 departure, this little text is very ambiguous. Like, where is Tenebrae, right? What is Accordo's relationship with Tenebrae? What is Tenebrae's relationship with the Kingdom of Lucis? It just doesn't tell you.
I think we can forget about hitching our way there. Thought people were friendly outside the city.
You can only go so far on the kindness of strangers.
You're just gonna have to push her all the way.
I've already pushed myself to the brink of death.
Get up. Come on, car isn't gonna move itself.
Sheesh. I thought the car was supposed to move us. Wouldn't that be nice?
Can it? Ready, steady.
Push! Something so heavy.
The music here is phenomenal, though. This song, excellent choice of music. Must have been very expensive, too, to get the rights, because holy shit. I'm glad this is the direction Final Fantasy is taking as well with their cutscenes and stuff.
Unbelievable.
Not exactly a fairy tale beginning, huh, Prince Noctis?
We let ourselves get carried away.
I remember being super hyped when I started hearing this song and seeing this scene. I was like, this is amazing.
Let's just hope this isn't some omen.
Gladio, do me a favor.
What?
Push this thing by yourself.
All by myself?
You won't even notice if we just let go.
This is a nice car.
Pronto, don't even think about it.
Save some breath for pushing.
Ignis, come on, time to switch.
Nuh-uh, we just switched back there.
And it's my turn, Noct.
His turn.
Oh, my hands are killing me.
You rather I kill you with mine?
Easy there, tough guy. Any luck?
Only a busy signal.
Hold the phone. Is it just me? Or was it supposed to be way closer?
I assure you, the map is correct.
The map said Hammerhead was right there.
Literally next door.
Looks that way, on a map of the world.
The world's a big old place.
Filled with wonders.
Tell that to my legs.
You guys even pushing?
Hard as I can.
And there we get our splash screen.
We'll be there in no time.
Stand by me. And then it just cuts off. No fade out. No nothing. What was I saying? Anyways, in this playthrough of this game, I want to take a more surgical look at the ascendancy abilities I can get. Because what I did in my first playthrough of this is I looked through all of them, and I saw the teamwork tree, and I thought to myself, okay, well this must be the best way to power yourself up because it involved the teamwork of your characters, and all your characters play on an AI program. And I was thinking, okay, well if I just empower the AI with all these abilities and teamwork features, then it'll be amazing.
Y'all kept a girl waiting. Now, which one's the prince?
She is way over the top.
Aha! Hello, Your Highness. Congrats on your wedding.
Look at the tits.
Hitch just yet.
Lady Lunafreya's groom-to-be, here in Hammerhead.
Apologies for taking so long.
You best save your apologies for Pawpaw.
Well, that makes you.
Paw Paw.
Cindy. Sid's grease monkey granddaughter.
Roll her in while I'm still young. Didn't your daddy tell you? She's a custom classic, not some beat-up old clunker. Prince Noctis.
Yeah.
Prince. Like they took your old man and kicked the dignity out of
This
him.
is one of the better Sids in my opinion.
You got a long way to go, son. And that slackjaw's getting you nowhere fast. She's gonna take a while. Y'all get her in and run along.
Like, honestly, is anybody not looking at her tits?
Y'all
Someone
heard
answer
him.
me. Who isn't
Let's
looking
get
at her
moving.
tits? Even women.
Right this way.
Now we play the waiting game.
Never liked that game.
Never any good at it either.
Alright, so let's look at the menus. We don't have the map yet, because she's about to give it to us. But this is pretty straightforward. It's actually really simplistic, and I like that about this game. You can equip Noctis with gear. Duh. So you have 4 slots. You can put magic or weapons in each of these slots. It's completely fungible, so you want to diversify your loadout here with the multiple different kinds of weapons. Your attire you can change, and it does actually change your HP and your attack power and stuff, so it's something to take note of. We did get the Magitech Exosuit for some reason, an update that happened in the last year. I've looked at it. It's kind of cool looking, but it takes too much personality away from the character. Prince fatigues. So realistically, if you wanted to stat max, you could pick the right gear. We're gonna go with this because it has more attack power. The idea is to not get hit. This game's combat system actually has a skill element to it of, you know, maybe you can actively attempt to not take as much damage as you otherwise would. Gladiolus can have one accessory now. You can increase that later. We're going to increase his attack power, because why not? Let's increase all their attack power, fuck it. Even though their clothes are cool looking. We'll just be cannons for a bit. Prompto has no HP. Criminy. Ascension. These are the Ascension tree. You use AP that you get from killing enemies. So like I said, the first thing I did was I saw this teamwork tree, and I was like, alright, so Link Strike is where I do a Link Strike with my friends, which happens often, so I'll put into that. And then I just got out of hand, and I would save my points, and I basically pretty much maxed this tree before I touched anything else, which put me at a real disadvantage, because there are other trees that you really should be putting into for stat increases, techniques you can teach yourself. Recovery is a really important one. I made my entire first playthrough without putting a single point into this tree, so I want to try to fuck around with that. I will be putting points into the wait mode tree because I'm going to start using wait mode. Exploration, you want to start putting into this early because it gives you more AP in the long run. That's pretty much all there is to it. We're going to try to diversify our Ascension trees. As for skills, we each possess our own unique skills. These were uniquely tied to trophies. The only real super important one is Ignis's, because he can cook, and when he cooks, he can cook better shit. And every time you go to a camp or not a restaurant, but every time you go to a camp, you can eat a food, and the food gives you passive stat bonuses for however long, 30 minutes, and some of them are ridiculously good stat bonuses. And the photography is a good kind of community element where you can share cool pictures that you've taken. I like it. Elemancy, you craft spells. So the system in this game is you craft the spell, then equip it. Much like Final Fantasy VIII with the draw system, where the spells are consumable, except in this game they don't increase your stats. So the way this works is you got ice, lightning, and fire, and you have a magic flask. And what you do is you would draw fire, lightning, and ice from the environment, and you can put it into the flask, and then you can power it up with another item, a catalyst, it says down there at the bottom, which gives it some more oomph. I went through the entire game when I played this without barely using any magic at all, except for the experience magic to speed level to level 99. Items are items. You can order them, check them. You can quick use items in the field by pressing R2. Archives, this is, there's new shit here. So there's a bestiary now. They just added this, which is super cool. It tells you about the enemies. It tells you Noctis' size in relation to them. You can see your dishes and the fishes that you've caught. This is a new thing, time quests. I know nothing about this. I'll do more research on it. It would appear that you get QP by completing the quests and exchange them for prizes. QP is shared across save files, but the items received are not. So I'm assuming this is like timed events that go along with the events that they update in the game. Those exchange for prizes, those used for quests. Some exchange counters offer prizes unavailable at normal shops. Rewards also differ between counters, so be sure not to miss anything. Okay. And you can check the quest. And currently it'll tell you hunt contest round 10. I don't know. Target Cactuar and Slackjars. Has restrictions on it, active from chapter 2 onward, and the prize exchange is how much QP there is. And it's basically you can defeat the most enemies. Summon one of the 6, or receiving help from a carbuncle during a timed quest will invalidate your score. So those are the restrictions. Cannot use the Ragnarok, cannot use the Ring of Lucii, cannot use the Magitech Exosuit. And then we can look at the rankings and see what people have done. Oh, and apparently they increased the level cap, so I'm not even at max level on my other file. Oh, happy day. And that's that. And I think if we try to wander off, what's her face? Tits
there,
McGee will give us a
Prince.
map. Yep.
Y'all ain't never been out this way before, have you? Go on, have a look around. This'll make sure y'all don't get lost.
To be fair, she has wonderful tits. She's a fantastic body type. It's just as far as characters go to catch your interest about their personality, like
Might as well make good use of the extra time.
who is not looking at her tits? Like you want this chick to fix your car? Why isn't she on a pole?
Whoa! They got Ebony out here. Oh, Ignis is gonna flip. Wait, what's a gill?
I don't know what a gill is. The currency is not normally gill in Insomnia. It's something else. But then, yeah, it just throws you into the open world. You have a vendor over here to get you started for weapons.
Take a look at our wares.
Broadsword, two-handed sword, war sword. It's funny that it actually gives you a little 8-bit character animation there for who can use it. It's throwback status. We have absolutely no gil, so it doesn't matter.
A moment, Noct. We've expended the last of our funds on the repairs. I suggest we confer with Cindy.
Broken down and flat broke.
And our first
Adding
quest.
insult to injury.
And then this will pop up and tell you where it is. If you're in the car, you can click the destination as like a quick destination. You can then watch it drive the car there or quick travel, whichever you prefer. Prince Noctis and his royal retinue set out to set sail for the neighboring land of Accordo, where the prince is to wed his betrothed. Having channeled all their funds into repairs for the regalia, however, the four friends must now find a way to earn some gil, the currency of choice outside of Insomnia.
Old man's in for both after charging us that much.
Yeah, let's pay him a visit.
Alright, so I'm going to call it for this episode because it's just a lot of exposition. In the next episode, we're actually going to start playing the damn game. We're going to talk to Tits McGee over here. I think she gives us a hunt to get gil. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next episode.